This. So today I wanted to hop on here and take a few minutes and just talk to you about working from home and how I, as a 53-year-old retired nurse, make an income from home. So if that interests you, this live is for you. If it doesn't interest you, then this live is not for you. Pretty simple. So yeah, let's talk about it. So the reason that I hop on here is because I found myself really, really lost last year, the end of last year. My career, where is my makeup? My career as a registered nurse was over. My kids both are moved out of the house. I have grandbabies, but I'm not raising them. I'm just having fun with them. And I felt like, I turned 53 on Wednesday. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. I turned 53 and I was like, my husband and I, we've built a pretty comfortable life. We're both retired. He has a business that he's doing now. He's a retired firefighter. And he has a retirement business or whatever. And I'm like, well, what do I do now? What do I do now? And, even though we've built a comfortable life, we have a retirement fund that he was able to build through the fire department. And we, we have a house that's almost paid off. Very, very low mortgage payment. We have life insurance policies, so our kids are, we're not leaving our children with that. That's an important thing because, like, when my dad died, there's something on my mascara. When my dad died, he left us debt. He left my mom debt. He left us debt. There was no inheritance at all. It was painful. And when he died, my mom refused to use the VA, who's a veteran, who's a Vietnam veteran. My mom refused to use the VA benefits and give him like a military burial, which would have been free. And even, I don't know why we let her strong arm us about that, but, she wouldn't let us do that, but they didn't have the money to pay for a funeral. So she was just, I guess she just assumed, and she assumed correctly, that we'd figure it out. We did. We paid, my siblings and I gave as much money as we could. Funerals are freaking expensive. Have you priced a funeral? Not something you like to literally think about pricing, but you should. And we had to do a GoFundMe to pay for my dad's funeral. It was, and I had so many friends that I had people that I went to high school with. My dad died 7 years ago. And I had people I went to high school with that knew my dad and whatever that gave money. It was beautiful, but it was also very humbling and upsetting that we had to ask for money. So anyway, fast forward, it impressed upon me that, I don't want to leave my kids with that. I don't want to leave them. Not only do I not want to leave them with that, I want to leave like in Proverbs, it talks about leaving an inheritance for your children's children. So I spent the first 30 years of our marriage, my husband and I spent the first 30 years of our marriage making sure that we were taken care of. We have, like I said, we have that retirement. We have a life insurance policy. We have some assets. So our kids, when we pass, if we were to die right now, which is what you have to think about as a parent, you have to think about what would happen if we died right now. Our kids would be able to pay for the funeral for sure. And they would both of our children and our grandchildren would have a little tiny bit of money. If you think $1 million life insurance policy is going to or even a $500,000 life insurance policy is going to take care of your children, it's not going to take. $1 million isn't as much money as what it used to be, right? By the time they, pay off the house so they can sell it and pay for the funerals, all that kind of stuff, there's not going to be a whole lot of money left over for our kids. And like I said, in Proverbs, it says, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. And I feel like a lot of Christians cop out on that, and they're like, well, the Lord was talking about, yes, I use a Q-tip for my eyeliner. I'm fancy like that. God was talking about a spiritual inheritance, like making sure your kids know the Lord, making sure your kids are going to heaven. That's what he was talking about. I personally don't think that that's what he was talking about, because if he would have said that, he would have said a good man leaves the godly heritage for his children's children. And inheritance means the same thing in the Bible that it means everywhere else, and that means money. It means assets. So that is, I got into a very long-winded story there, but I believe that it is our job as Christian parents, as godly people, that we leave a true inheritance for our children's children, not just no debt. So I'm 53 on Wednesday, and I'm spending the next whatever I have, 15, 20, 30 years of my life building a huge inheritance for my children and my grandchildren. And the reason I want to do that is because I want my kids to be way ahead of where my husband and I were. So my parents, like I said, when my dad passed away, it was debt. We're not going to leave debt for our kids, but I want to leave wealth, not just enough. Not just barely enough. How about you? So that's why I do what I do. I work every single day, not long hours, not hard hours, but I work every single day. I'm not going to do that. I'm moving rooms. I'm moving. Stand with me. I work every single day to make money from home, because I'm not willing to go clock in and clock out somewhere, and I am not willing to work for somebody else. I'm just not willing to do that. I've been there, done that 28 years as a registered nurse. I don't want to do that anymore. So I don't know if that's you, but let's talk about how you can make some money from home. How about that? How about that? So you're like, okay, what are you talking about? So let me start by saying, got to get my tripod set up. I've got 2 different devices going. So let me ask you this question. Could you right now, if you decided you wanted to make some money from home, number one, would you know what to do? So would you know what to sell? Would you know how to sell it, how to market it? Would you know anything? Like you're on, if you're watching this right now, you're on a moneymaker right now. So you're either watching this on TikTok, you're watching this on Instagram, you're watching this on Facebook, or you're watching this on YouTube. So I've got it going on every single channel. And as of this moment right now, I've only been online for a couple minutes, and I have, between all the different channels, I have almost 300 people that are watching me right now, right this second. This video is going to be posted on all those channels, or most of them, and it's going to be live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So this one little video is going to be seen by thousands of people. On what other planet could you literally just click a couple buttons, turn your camera on, and talk to 1,000 people about anything? Like, I want you to think about the potential right there, what social media gives you. If you can get over yourself and turn your camera on, that is. So do you have to go live in order to make money on social media? No, you don't have to. I'm extra like that. I don't want to make a little bit of money. I want to make as much money as possible, because I know that I'm not promised tomorrow. So my goal is to make stupid money to the point of my kids are set for life and my grandkids are set for life. So let's get into it. And I'll start by saying that I have written, you should see it on the screen somewhere. I've written this guide. I'm old, so I like to print things off. And it's just a really simple, Word document that I created. It's 25 pages and it's free to you. It's called the No BS Income Guide. And I talk about, first of all, the first thing, I'm going to go over the whole guide with you right now. I'm going to go over everything with you. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to give it to you right here. But if you don't have time to watch this entire video, that's cool. Just go to nobs.com, download it, and get it for yourself, okay? It is, like I said, it's 25 pages of the basics. This is for people who want to make money online, but you have no idea where to start. I created it for you. I did it for you because I'm one of those people who will figure it out. It may take me years, but if you tell me I can't do it, I'm a Gen Xer, dude. So I'm going to figure the frick out how to do it. And here's a tip for you before I even get started on the guide is find somebody who is doing it. If you want to make money from home, find somebody who's around your age and copy what they're doing. When I say copy, I don't mean go copy and paste their posts on Facebook. I don't mean, tap out the transcript from their video and say it word for word. I'm saying you model what they are doing and figure it out, trial and error. When I was in nursing school, we called it see one, do one, teach one. That's all you're doing. That's all we are doing whenever we are learning how to do social media in order to make money. You can utilize one platform, or you can do like me and repurpose your content for all the platforms. So if you want to know what exactly do you do, Liz? What exactly do you do? Well, I'll talk more in detail about the exact things that I do. But I do primarily two things online in order to make money. Actually, three things. Number one, I do content creation. So I get paid on most of the platforms just for posting. And so in that case, what I do is I solve people's problems. So I look at my own life and I say, what are the problems what are the biggest struggles that I've been through, and how have I made it through? How have I survived those struggles? And I make content based on those. So I talk about parental estrangement because I've been through that hell. Not going through it anymore, but I've been through it. I talk about menopause because I'm 53 and I'm a nurse and I have figured out how to feel better. And I talk about anything that's related to me. I talk about how much my husband annoys me. I get a lot of views on that stuff. And so content creation is one way you can make money online. The other thing is affiliate marketing. So like, for example, when I'm talking about menopause, I have found some partners that I work with, some doctors that sell hormone replacement. So when I talk to women about vaginal estrogen, then I give them a link to where they can go buy vaginal estrogen. It's pretty simple. So my first question is, what are you interested in? That's what you talk about. So content creation is one way. The other way is affiliate marketing, which is kind of those two combined. And the third one, which is the most lucrative, and this is the one that will scare most people off, and that's network marketing. And because that will build you residual income. Okay? Don't be scared. I don't push products. I talk about a membership. So we'll talk more about that in just a second. So anyway, if you're still here, hi, Nurse Liz. I'm 53 years old and I've learned how to make money from home, and I want to help you figure out how to make money from home. It's not as hard. I guarantee you, if you are interested in making money from home and you just haven't started, it's because you don't have the information that you need yet. Okay? Or you're letting fear make the decision. And so that's the first thing I want to talk about. So again, I am talking to you based on my free 25-page guide called the No BS Income Guide. And you can get this free guide for free. Did I say it was free? Did I say it yet? You can get it at nobsincomeguide.com. Isn't that complicated? No, it's not. It's simple. Okay. So why should you listen to me? First of all, like I said, I am 52. I will be 53 on Wednesday. I know I look young for my age. No, everybody like feels like they're reaching for compliments on that, but I feel my age. Anyway, I'm a retired nurse, and I have figured out how to make money from home with a nursing background. I've figured out how to master social media, and I want to help others do the same. Because here's the thing, this is where we're going to talk about mindset for a minute. There is enough money for everyone to win in social media. There is no gatekeeping on my channel. There is no secrets on my channel. I'm going to teach you everything I know because God is an abundant God, and there is plenty of wealth for us all. Me helping you will not take away any abundance or wealth from me. Okay? So I want to help you because it's the right thing to do and it's fun. And I don't have any attachments to that outcome. I just want everybody to succeed. So that's why you should listen to me. I'm just a woman who got tired of trading time for money. I do not, even though I'm retired as a registered nurse now, I still want to earn some money. I still want to build wealth for my children and my grandchildren. Life insurance policy is not going to do that. A retirement fund is not going to do that. So I want to build an abundance of wealth. I want to buy land. I want a family compound. I want my grandbabies to be able to start whatever business they want. And I want my grandchildren to never have to clock into a job a day of their life. They are 4 years old, 2 years old now, and that's my goal. It's bigger than me. I want my grandsons to never, and my future grandchildren, Lord, if I have more, that would be fantastic because grandkids are the best. They are the very, 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 very best. But that's why I do what I do. I'm building legacy income for my kids. And so, okay, let's talk into it. But well, let's first talk about my disasters. So I have built businesses that have collapsed overnight. I spent years building businesses that just died. I have lost income streams that I thought were secure. I've been through rug pulls and crypto. I've been through all kinds of nonsense online. I've had social media accounts shut down. I've had to start over. So what? I already have the knowledge. I can start over. If any of my social media accounts got shut down today, I would do two things. The first thing I would do was call my attorney and get my attorney to start handling it. I pay $50 a month for a small business attorney to be on retainer for me. I'll teach you how to do that in just a minute. $50 a month. And anything that happens to my business, my attorney is going to help me with. Okay. So that's the first step. If one of my social media accounts got hacked or shut down or shadow banned or whatever, that's my first step. My second step is I would just open another account and start over. And I'm going to do it super fast because I know what kind of content to make. I know how to do that. So it wouldn't even bother. I mean, it would irritate me. It would irritate me, but I would not freak out. I absolutely would not freak out. I have the peace of mind of having an attorney, and I have the knowledge of knowing how to start over. So you start by starting. But anyway, I have trusted the wrong people. I have failed a lot. So here's the thing. I've just failed more than most people are willing to try. I don't care about failure. I know that failure is just part. People say you fail forward. That's my philosophy. If this doesn't work, so what? I'll try something else that will. I just will. It doesn't bother me. I'm not emotionally attached to the outcome of any of my income streams. I have multiple income streams, but I'm not emotionally attached. So the first thing I want to say, and it's part of this guide and in the mindset part of the training, this free guide that you can go get right now, no BS, bsincomeguide.com. Go get the guide. It's free. Detach yourself from the outcome. Like, what is the harm in giving something a try? What's the harm in giving something a try? Why not just give it a try? Okay, but let's talk about mindset for a second. And then I'm going to talk more about each of the different ways that you can make money online. Again, it's not as hard as you're making it out to be. I promise you, it's not as hard as you're making it out to be. And especially if you're over 40 or over 50 like me, we've learned how to do the internet. We've learned how to do smartphones. There were no such thing as debit cards when I was a young adult. You know, I mean, think about all the different pieces of technology that we've learned how to do. You can learn how to make money from home. You can absolutely. You don't have to be cute. You don't have to be funny. You don't have to be young. You don't have to be skinny. You don't have to be, you can be anything. Okay. You just have to learn how to solve problems. Okay. So this guide is not going to be fluff. It's not going to be sugarcoating. I don't hold hands. I talk tough to you. That's why I called it the no BS guide. And I, like I said, I shoot it straight. So let me start by saying that you do not need a large following. You don't need to go viral. You don't need to be techie. You do not need to be young. You don't need to be perfect on camera. But what you do need is you need the knowledge. You need to learn some new skills. You need consistency. And you need some thick skin, because people are going to get on here and say some stupid. They are. They're going to be rude. But guess what? People's opinions don't pay my bills. And every single comment helps boost all of my content. So if someone's mean, or like I made a video, I'm going to tell you all a little quick story. So I made a video a while back talking about vaginal estrogen, which that's one of my lanes. It's one of my lands, is that I love helping women feel better, and vaginal estrogen literally saves vaginas. I hope this doesn't get shadow banned from me saying an actual anatomically correct body part. But anywho, why does my nose start running every time I do that to go live? Anyway, I've got a really fancy napkin here, or Kleenex here. It's toilet paper. Anyway, I made a grievous error whenever I recorded the video. And that is, I might have some people comment on this later about my mint, but I had gum in my mouth. Can you even fathom how heinous of a act it was for me to be chewing gum and helping women save their hoo-haws? I'm just going to say that so I don't get shadow banned. Can you imagine? Apparently, women, mostly women over the age of like 65 or 70, found that equal to me committing some kind of crime. And I got so many, to the tune of hundreds of comments talking about me chewing my gum and how they couldn't even listen to me with my tips on helping them save their hoo-haws because I was chewing gum. But guess what? Because of every single one of those comments, that video was viewed hundreds of thousands of times, because the algorithm doesn't care if it's people ripping you a new one. They just like the interaction. And so I have learned to be grateful. I don't care if it made them mad about gum. That's a them problem. But now I'm like, maybe I should chew gum in every freaking one of my videos just so I can get more views, but I don't chew that much gum. So anyway, I just want to tell you, you have to have thick skin, because people will judge you. People will come after you. But here's a tip for you. I don't care, because I have never met one successful person that takes the time to go troll people online. I've never met one person who makes more money than me that online that goes around and makes troll comments on people's videos. I just have never met them. So the kind of people that make those kind of comments are not people I take advice from. They're just not. But again, those troll comments help my videos be seen more. So you do have to have thick skin. It seems like middle age and up women, older women are the meanest. Menopause. They need estrogen. Okay. So let's talk about mindset. Before we talk about strategy, I want to talk about you. And I want to make this statement. So if somebody could type this in the comments. I'm not seeing comments on most of these channels. So I'm sorry if you're making a comment, or I'm not seeing comments on YouTube. I'm not seeing comments on Facebook at all. I don't know why. So if you are making comments there, I will come back to those channels after this live is over, and I will answer your questions. Or even better, if you could just message me, go to my profile and send me a message. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, I want you to type this in the comments because this is a part that I want you to take notes on. And that is your income will never outgrow your identity. If you have the belief that I'm not tech, I don't know enough tech, I don't know how to make videos, I'm too old, people will judge me, I always fail, then you're right. You are absolutely right. Your subconscious beliefs will absolutely inhibit your success. Okay. Not because you're incapable, not because you can't do tech, but because your brain and your mind is trying to keep you comfortable, trying to keep you safe. Okay. Let me remind you of I am a Bible thumping Christian, so I'm going to reference the Bible, but the Bible says, without getting weird about it, but the Bible says a few things, and these are the truths. So if God's not a liar, you remind your subconscious mind of these truths. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And this one is a good one that a lot of people quote. God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of love and of power and of a sound mind. So as you're trying to reprogram your mind, what I like to do is just claim out loud with my mouth the truths of God's word and remind my mind that's not true. What God says is I don't have the spirit of fear. Spirit of fear. I don't do demons. You shouldn't do demons either. And fear is a demon. Anyway, that's for another day. So, but the translation is that your thoughts matter way more than your circumstances. So step one, is to identify the lies you are believing. You can't fix what you don't face. So I want you to write these 3 questions down. Again, if you want a copy of this, it comes straight from my free guide called your No BS Income Guide. Just go to the website, nobsincomeguide.com, and download it today. You could read it on your device or you could print it off, whatever you want to do. It's free. But you're going to start by asking yourself these questions. What do I believe about money? So have you ever found yourself saying something like, money doesn't grow on trees, or only the rich people are cheating people out of money, or I don't have enough, I can't afford that, I don't have the money to do that. And what do you believe about yourself? Do you believe that I'm not funny enough to be online? I'm not smart enough to be online. I'm too this, I'm too that, whatever. What do you believe about yourself? And then what do you believe about success? Do you believe that you're not capable of succeeding? Do you believe that, $15, $20, $30 an hour is you're capped out at that? That's all, the only amount of money you're only going to be able to believe. It's important to identify your beliefs. And common lies that we tend to believe in midlife, because I'm 53, is it's too late for me. I missed my chance. I'm not good on camera. People like me don't do this. These are not facts. These are programmed thoughts. Yikes, programmed thoughts. Okay, step 2 is to replace the lies. And this isn't just thinking positive. You don't just remove a self-limiting belief, you replace it. Old thought, I'm too old to start this. New thought, I have life experience. Most people don't. And that's valuable. Old thought, I'm bad at technology. New thought, I can learn anything if I have step-by-step directions. Old thought, I am not whatever enough to be on camera. New thought, there are people uglier than me, dumber than me, fatter than me, whatever it is, making money online. Why not me? This isn't fluff. This is retraining your mind. In the Bible, it says capture every thought and bring it into captivity. So when you find yourself thinking a negative thought, you say, nope, and you replace it with a new thought. And doing it out loud works better than just thinking it. So when you're first working on reprogramming your mind, it may take you 100 times in a day to stop thinking about how little money you have. But then every day it gets easier, and every day those old programmed BS thoughts get eliminated. So now step number 3 is your morning routine, which trains your brain for the whole day. You don't need a 2-hour ritual. You just need a few minutes of intentional behavior. Oh, sorry. My dog's in my room. Hold on. Come on. These are my partners, my business partners. Okay. You need quiet time and meditation or prayer. Ask for clarity, discipline, and direction. Speak your truth out loud. Yes, out loud. Your brain will absorb it better when it's out loud. Example, I'm capable of learning new things. I follow through even when it's uncomfortable. I create income with my skills. Visualize your next step, not your dream life, just today's action. Hold on. Okay, now step number 4, your evening routine. This is where your growth really locks in. Most people end their day with mindless scrolling or watching TV, comparison, overthinking. That's why a lot of women aren't able to go to sleep, because you're just overthinking everything. So a simple evening routine would look something like asking yourself, what did I do well today? What did I avoid? Write one win down, even if it's small, and decide tomorrow's first action. I actually write my to-do list every night before I go to bed. Consistency, and that way my subconscious mind, while I'm dreaming, while I'm sleeping, can start working on my list for me. I'm far more productive when I do it that way. Step 5, again, this is kind of a reiteration of one of the earlier steps, is watch your self-talk. This one is huge. Talk to yourself you are talking to yourself all day. Sorry, my camera's moved a little bit. You are talking to yourself all day, so you got to really pay attention to what you're saying. Are you building yourself up? Or are you tearing yourself down? That's the question. So instead of saying like, I'm so bad at this, this is so embarrassing, I'll never figure this out, start saying, I'm learning, this is part of the process, and I am going to get better. Every single video I make, I get better and better. Your brain will believe what you repeat. Okay. And again, I am not seeing any comments. I don't know what the problem is. I'm not seeing any comments on YouTube or on Facebook. So if you're commenting over there, I will get with you later, or you can message me, because I'm not ignoring people. I'm just not seeing any comments. I'm only seeing comments on Instagram. So audit your environment. This might sting a little bit, but who am I listening to every single day? What shows are you watching? What music are you listening to? Do they challenge me, or do they keep me comfortable? Are they bringing me down? Are they building faith or feeding into my fear? So the people you give the most time, 5 people you give the most time to, is who you will become, where you will stay. If you're hanging around broke people all day, you're going to stay broke. It's just how it is. And you don't and the cool thing about the interwebs is you don't have to have people that are succeeding that are in your life for real. You can go on YouTube, you can go on TikTok, you can go on Instagram and Facebook. You can find mentors to watch and to listen to and books to read at the a couple of taps, and you can let those be your 5 people. But if you keep hanging out with broke people, you're going to stay broke. It's just how it is. You cannot build a new life while surrounded by people committed to the old life. You can't do it. This doesn't mean you necessarily have to cut them off, but it does mean to limit your time with them, protect your energy, and get in rooms or watch people that are winning. Okay. Step 7 is to eliminate the habits that keep you stuck. Let's be honest. It's not a lack of opportunity. It's a distraction. Common time wasters are endless scrolling, watching instead of doing, starting things and not finishing. What you want to do is you want to replace them with activity. You want to post that video, learn one new skill, take some action. Small discipline creates big results. Okay. Again, I'm giving away this free ebook, free guide called the No BS Income Guide. You just go to that website, nobsincomeguide.com, or you click on my profile picture and it's right there. Okay, you can go download it today for free. But this is where I might lose a couple of people. I want to say something to you that you need to hear. You don't want to hear, but you may need to hear it. I need for you to answer this question before we keep going. And the question is, how many free opportunities have you inquired about without ever taking action? Be honest. It's very, very common with freebies. People just don't take action. I see it over and over, the same people requesting, but never taking action. I want this guide that I have taken time to write and give you to be different. So how can you make it different this time? Number one is by making decision. But the word decide means to cut off from any other options. I need for you to decide today, I'm going to figure out how to make some money from home. Period. Full stop. I'm going to make the change. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to do it. It's like when I decided to get sober, I didn't say I'm trying to not drink alcohol. I didn't say that. I decided I wasn't going to drink alcohol, and I have not touched a drop of alcohol since then. I made a decision. And then you're going to choose one of the methods that I'm about to talk about, and you're going to do whatever it takes to learn how to succeed in that area. It may take months, it may take weeks, it may take years. It shouldn't take longer than years. It shouldn't take decades. You should be able to figure it out pretty quickly. But you're going to start today. How about that? You're going to stick with it for a minimum of 90 days before quitting. You got it? Yes, I'm giving you a little mom talk. I'm putting on my mom hat. And you're going to stop shopping around and stop hoping and wishing, and you're going to start working. I say this with love. Nothing works if you don't work it. You don't need more confidence. You don't need more time. You don't need more information. You need a decision, action, and stick to it. Stick to itness. You need to stick to it. There you go. Decide. I am no longer the person who never starts or quits when it gets uncomfortable. Again, this is all part of the No BS Income Guide. You can get it for free, nobsincomeguide.com. Because the version of you who shows up daily, pushes through fear, and stays consistent, that is the version of you that makes money online. Not the one who makes excuses, not the one who binges on Netflix, not the one who just mindlessly scrolls and wants to watch funny videos all day. That's not the one that makes money. The one that makes money shows up, pushes through fear, and stays consistent. Renew your mind and your life will follow. Okay, so now let's talk about the options. Y'all are like, that's enough, Liz. That's enough. Just give me the nitty gritty. Okay, so I'm going to talk about several ways that you can make money online. Let's start with the one that's the most obvious, and that is content creation. So that's where you get paid on social media platforms for creating videos, or you can create static posts. Most people start with static posts. And what I mean by that on the Book of Faces would be just to write a post and post it with a picture. On Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, that means you either make a B-roll video. If you don't know what that is, listen, you can learn anything by going to YouTube or use TikTok. What is a B-roll video? So if I say anything now, or you read something that's in this guide and you don't know what it is, you pause and you go look it up and you figure out what it is. That's how you learn, right? So you may take a picture or have a B-roll video, and you have your post that you write. Okay. Creating videos and posts that platforms pay you for based on views, engagement, watch time, and brand collaborations. This is one of the easiest and most scalable ways to make money online, because your content works for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You post it one time and it keeps on working for you. If it's good, it will pay you well. I had one post that I made. It was a funny post about menopause in December. And that one post made me over $400 within a matter of a couple days. Just from one post that took me like, I don't know, 3 minutes to write. So 3 minutes of my time for $400. Yes, please. So the more you do it, the better you get at stuff like this. So TikTok pays you their creativity program, TikTok Shop, or gifts. Live people can give you gifts on TikTok. On YouTube, you get ad revenue, you get paid for shorts, you get paid for videos, and you get paid for memberships. On Facebook, you get paid for reels or posts or performance payouts. And all of these, you can add in affiliate income. We'll talk more about that in a second. Instagram, same content, brand deals, subscriptions, affiliate links. Got it? So you don't have to just get paid for posting, but yeah, that's in the guide. I give you all the links for joining each of the creator or content programs. Okay. So again, all those links are there here in this guide. It's free. NoBSIncomeGuide.com. Go download it today. Okay. But all of the platforms, these are some general guidelines that they will all require. And that is that most of them, you have to have 1,000 to some of them 10,000 followers in order to apply to be a content creator. Getting to 1,000 followers does not take much time, but there are ways to do that. I have a video on my YouTube channel. So you'll get the link in the guide. So that's one, is you have to have a certain number of followers. You have to be consistently posting. I talk more about that in other trainings about how you can do what I do. And I do what's called batch create. I create my content for Facebook. I create my content once a month, and then I schedule all my posts out weekly. So it looks like I'm on Facebook 5 to 7 times a day, every day, like all the time. I'm not. It's all scheduled. I just go and check the comments and I follow up with people that way. So you can work smart. You can schedule on most channels. So I schedule a lot on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Okay. But I'm consistent. So I don't take days off because I'm scheduling. I'm actually off physically, but my content never takes a break. I'm going to put it that way. You have to have a minimum number of views and watch time. And then you have to have no community guideline violations. Again, that's where my attorney comes in handy, because if one of the AI bots picks up my one of my pieces of content erroneously for a content violation, I just have my attorney handle it. You don't need to be famous, but you do need to show up consistently, and you do need to pay the rules. So how to start. You pick one. This is for content creation. These are tips for content creation. Pick one platform. Don't try to start to be everywhere. I am everywhere because I've been doing this for a long time. But I watched a Tyler Perry video a couple years ago, and he talked about how the reason why he was unsuccessful at the beginning is because he was trying too many different things. And then once he started, when he was launching something, it's about laser focus. I recommend everybody head over to the YouTube and look Tyler Perry Focus and watch that video. It's old. It's probably 10 years old now, but it may be older than that. But it's a great video talking about how you need to have laser focus. So you're going to pick one channel: TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. Pick one, get really good at it, master it. Start getting really good engagement, get accepted to their content program, and then move on to another channel. And then move on to another channel. And then move on to another channel, and learn how to streamline. Like when I post a reel or a video, I have a program that I use that automatically puts it everywhere. So I don't have to go make separate videos for every channel. I don't even have to take it and download it and put it on the other channels. I have a program that automatically posts on one, it sends it out. Like right now, I'm live on 4 different places because I'm using a program that sends my video out to all these places. So instead of me just going live on one channel, I'm going live on 4 at the same time. Strategery. Okay. So you've picked one, and then now you're going to pick a topic, or maybe 2 or 3 topics that you're going to rotate and talk about. Like I talk about making money from home. I talk about wellness because I'm a retired nurse. I talk about menopause because I'm going through menopause. And I talk about faith and challenges that I've been through to give people encouragement. Okay. So health, making money online, faith, humor, be funny. People love it when you're funny, if you are funny. If you confuse people, you lose people, but you are a real person who has real multiple interests. You don't have to just post about one topic. If you're interested in multiple things, then post about multiple things. However, if you figure out that something that you're posting about is not getting any traffic, or it's attracting the wrong type of people, then stop doing that. Like I used to love to argue with people online and talk about things that were really pushing the envelope. And I just decided last year that I was going to stop doing that. Occasionally I have old Liz that rears her head, and I will make a very polarizing post, and then I regret it because I don't like the kind of energy that it attracts. I don't like the kind of people that it attracts. So I just choose not to do that anymore because it's not helping me get to my goal. People who like to argue and troll you because of an opinion or an idea that you have aren't the kind of people that are going to help you make money. So it's just there's no benefit to that for me. So you picked a platform, you picked a topic, and now you're going to post either 1 to 2 posts per day or 1 to 2 videos per day. It's easy. Every single day. You do not take days off. Again, if you want to schedule for a day so you don't have to be present that day, then do that. But don't just, people, I see that so frequently is that people say that they're trying to make money online. I say, well, let me go look at your channel. And they've posted they'll post a lot, and then they'll go 3 months without posting something. Or they're like, I post every single day, and I go look at their feed and it's all just reshares. Like they're just sharing other people's content. They are not ever making any original content. The bots don't like that. Like that's not creating content. The other piece is do your research, but don't get stuck in research mode. So do your research. What are other content creators in your niche? What are they talking about? What are they building? What topics are getting views? Again, model it. Don't copy people. What style is working for them? And then here's a really good tip is use AI to move faster. You don't have to guess, but you use ChatGPT and YouTube tutorials I use ChatGPT and YouTube tutorials to learn everything, to do everything. ChatGPT does not have my brain, but it helps my brain perform better. It just helps me streamline the process, helps me stay organized. In the free guide, I give you sample prompts to get get the ball rolling, to get your juices flowing on ChatGPT. And I also give you content ideas. I also give you basic video structures. I'm not going to go into that, but we'll talk about common mistakes to avoid are overthinking your first video, waiting to be ready. Just do it. Turn the freaking camera on. Posting once a week and expecting results, copying people word for word, and quitting too early. I wish that I could see. Hold on just a second. If you're watching me and you're commenting, yeah, I'm still not seeing any comments over there. So the real talk, the real truth is that your first videos are probably going to be super awkward. Good. That means you're doing something new. That means you've actually done more than most people are willing to do. But done is better than perfect. Consistency beats talent, and people winning are not smarter than you. Okay, so that's all I've got time for today. But I've talked about content creation. In the free ebook, I talk about affiliate marketing, content creation, membership marketing. I talk about digital marketing. I talk about affiliate programs. I talk about UGC, user-generated content. I already said digital property. I talk about coaching and consulting. I talk about selling services. I talk about reselling and flipping. I talk about all-in-one systems. Everything you need to figure out how to make money online is in this 25-page guide to get you started. Okay, so again, it's a free guide. You go to my bio or just go type in this on a web browser, nobsincomeguide.com, and you will get the guide for free. So thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
Now you done had all that time to merge. You wait till the last minute to merge, like we can see you.